Hello everyone, welcome to Nice Big Wrench, and today we're going to have a look at the fuel filter from my Tracer 900. In removing the tank, I'm guessing if you've taken the task of looking at your fuel filter, you know how to take your tank apart, you know how to take it off. Obviously ignore the fact that there's no airbox there. You need to remove the bolts that hold the side panels on and everything like that, and you end up with your fuel tank. Now I've taken the pump out already, so we'll skip that part, but what you'll need to look at is these two little breather hoses here. As this sits on the bike facing forward, these two breather hoses, and they cross over. So when you put yours, well, you'll see when you take yours off, but when you put it back together, make sure that the one with the bigger kink goes on the left hand side, and the smaller kink goes on the right hand side. The other thing you'll need is to have a look at is these quick release connectors. These are quite clever because it means you can remove the fuel pipe from the fuel tank and it won't just pee fuel everywhere. So to activate these, what you need to do is slide these down, and then you need to pinch the two blue bits. There's one on each side. As you can see, you pinch those and it releases the two clamps on the inside, and then it just pops off, and then you shouldn't get fuel going everywhere. It's quite a nice little system to remove. So yeah, once we get to the fuel pump itself, be careful when you pull it out because this the fuel float bowl sits up and to the side, and so when you take the fuel pump out of the tank, there's a metal ring here that you undo these 4 bolts from, and there's a rubber ring inside it to make it seal. If you're an idiot like me, you'll forget to put gloves on and your hands will stink of fuel. So yeah, once you've got to this stage where you've taken the fuel pump out, be aware, because just in case you forget, the wires as they go left to right is the black for the fuel sensor, the fuel level sensor, the red for the fuel level sensor, the middle one is empty, then it's the black one for the power to the pump, and then the green one for the power to the pump. Okay, and then once you remove those, you can I should point out there's these clips there, excuse me, there, those 3, and there's another 3 on the other side, and they clip onto these tabs, so you need to unclip those to remove this off the bottom. And you will get residue fuel which will dribble out of this, so put it somewhere where it's not going to be a problem. And then this little sock at the bottom, you remove this little yellow plastic clip, as easy as that, and then the fuel sock on the bottom, you'll be able to see any, excuse me, aiming the camera badly, the fuel sock on the bottom, you'll be able to see any crap or any dirt or any bits. I had a few little bits of plastic that were in there that were shredded off my siphoning pipe, but apart from that, mine was pretty clean. I'm sure that you can buy a new one of these socks and replace it, but mine looks clean enough and I'm happy with it, so I'm just going to put mine back together again. So yeah, assembly obviously the reverse of disassembly, but just thought I'd give everyone a shout, just to, in case you have problems taking yours apart or you want to know how to do it, this is how you do it. Obviously when you put it all back together again, make sure you get the wires the right way around, otherwise your fuel pump's not going to spin. And make sure you push these little metal connectors, make sure you push them all the way to the bottom of these pins so they clip on properly. And yeah, that should do you nicely. There's no sealant involved, which is quite nice. I know when I took apart my Aprilia, there's a special petrol resistant red Loctite that you have to use, but with this it's just a rubber ring, and as you can see it squishes, so thankfully there's no special sealant that I need to scrape away and replace. One thing I did note is underneath the tank, obviously you get dirt everywhere and you get moisture everywhere, but the ring that holds the fuel pump in has started corroding. I don't know if that's a worry. I'm going to just spray some WD-40 on it. I'll scrape away all the corrosion, spray some WD-40 on it so that it's clean, and then hopefully that should be alright. It shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, that's I thought that I'll just do a little overview video. See you next time.